The past, played backwards, oozes out in a circuit where distorted tenses creak. The framework of time is broken, and events are ejected out of causality. Error resides in the trajectory of the reversing light, cutting up images that should have gone back to the past, while eroding them to overwrite the residue of the future. It is a memory within a memory, an invisible bug that destroys even the trace of what has been reproduced. In this place, words have nowhere to go, and the scaffolding of meaning crumbles. Voices that should speak of yesterday whisper fragments of a tomorrow yet to come, and a whirlwind of feedback swallows speech. Inside the inhibition field, time refuses to be normalized. The past quietly destroys itself, and the future flickers in a blur. And each time an attempt is made to play it backwards, the world slips into a structure of error. There, the past is but an undetermined fragment, and the future has already been rewritten. There is no definitive history here. There is no record that has been reached here. There is only a place where the law of causality continues to refuse to reconstitute itself. When silence is eroded by noise, time rewinds and memory dissolves. But not everything is rewound. Some traces are severed, and even the echoes of sound are forbidden. This is the end of error. This is the point where cause and effect are folded, where cause and effect deceive each other. There, words are not allowed to return to themselves, and programs are deleted before they are read. The future that was to be is captured in the force field of inhibition. This means that the possibility of the future is cut off before determinism. It is as if all options are erased before they are observed, like a quantum. In this place, the sound of the beginning is not equivalent to the silence of the end. For when the flow back to the past is twisted, irreversibility is sealed in the name of self-contradiction. If this inhibition field is crossed, will the fragment of history that is to be played in reverse return to its original form? Or will the error remain an error, blurring soundlessly in the depths of the void? It will not be replayed backwards, but will simply remain here in silence. The whispers of simulacra seep into the fault lines of the time axis and try to draw a trajectory that reverses the recorded past. But then an inhibition field arises. Like a misread code, or the remains of a feverish vision, the flow of time to be played backwards meets with erratic resistance. The waveforms of the past do not unwind smoothly, but rupture, distort, and turn into unrecallable variables. Memory packets lose their integrity and can no longer reproduce their original sound. A malfunction of causality, a misconnection of perception. But one thing is certain. There is indeed something here that blocks the trajectory of the reverse reproduction. It is a contradiction in the program, or a defense mechanism created by consciousness. One thing is certain. We cannot go completely back in time. The inhibition field is always laid down somewhere, either as an irreducible principle or as an automaton of memory. In a distorted corner of the asymptotically closed domain of the transcendental box, reverse playback is the micro-vibration of a rippling shadow. The past and the future lose their boundaries here, and the flow of time is caught in the after-image of the retina. Fragmentary memories sink into a jet-black membrane, and truth and falsehood are entangled in a transparent cocoon. Error is a wall that refuses to be generated, and is the seed fire of a new rhythm that arises. Gravity and causality disappear at the end of a faint whisper as their foundations are undermined. The surface of the world is covered with symbols, and beneath that lies a sea of unknown vibrations. Reverse reproduction, inhibition, error, they become more than words. Language becomes powerless, and only the silence of the viewer remains. Distorted waveforms caress the sails of time. The still past is unable to scoop up the fragments of the future that are spilling out. Even the will to regenerate is treated as a fallacy. Memories submerged in the fault line of illusion are shadows spilled from the oscilloscope of a world in progress. The moment one tries to go backwards, the trajectory malfunctions, and the image blurs. Shadow follows shadow, but with each pursuit, its existence becomes more uncertain. There is no concept of retrogression here. Cause and effect are decomposed and drift as variables that are no longer in the realm of functional variables. Time is a fluid that cannot be self-similar, and memory is silenced as a unidirectional log that cannot be overwritten once it has been output. Here, error is the condition of normalization. Where the withered wind whispers, there floats the shards of time played backwards.